Hi everyone, my name is Joe DiChiara. I am an entrepreneur that got tricked into becoming a CPA by my dad. And I just wanted to take a few minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, to talk about my entrepreneurial journey, which I could trace back almost to as far back as I can remember. Jerry Lewis, if you're old enough to remember him, was my favorite comedian. I love the guy. Him and Dean Martin made movies and they were hysterical. And every year he would have a telethon, muscular dystrophy telethon. It was 24 hours. And one of my first memories was being mesmerized by what he was doing and the fact that he was asking for donations, and I was able, my mom let me donate every year. I could call up and donate $1. And every year I couldn't wait to be able to, help those children and give back. And, those were great times. I lived on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. We were broke and I didn't know it, but we had a great family life. And when I was 10 years old, we moved out to Long Island. And we moved to a neighborhood that was a childhood dream. I mean, we lived in a row of dead ends on both sides of the street. There must have been 20 streets that were dead ends. And when I say dead ends, I mean at the end of the road, and these were short streets, at the end of the road was a big circle. So there were hundreds of kids in the neighborhood, and I was a sports fanatic. And so we played baseball, football, everything in those circles. And it was a dream life for a kid. And my friends and I got together, and I don't remember whose idea it was, but we organized an event, a weekend, a 2-day charity event, where it was a carnival. And my job, me and my best friend's job, we built go-karts. And for like 50 cents, we would take kids all the way up the block and bring them back. And I still remember it. I mean, we had, guess how many jelly beans were in the jar. And we actually, as kids, and this was in 1970, we raised over $100, which was a fortune for us. And one of my friend's fathers, he had a business, and he matched what we raised. So we raised over $200. And a couple of things stuck in my mind. The fact that my friend's father owned a business and he had all that money to contribute, and the fact that we were able to pool our collective little brains together and come up with this event out of nothing. And actually, we all became world famous in our neighborhood. We were the guys that put on this huge event and raised all this money. And that made a lasting imprint on me to this day. And it wasn't soon after that when I started my own entrepreneurial journey, because I got the idea that if we could do that, I could have my own little casino night in my driveway. And again, it was a big success. I didn't make $100. I think I made like $3.65 or something. But that was irrelevant. The fact that I was able to make money with my brain and getting a job and having a career like other people, it was never even a thought. I was going into business. I shoveled snow, I raked lawns, I mowed lawns, I sold flowers on the corner. I mean, I did anything I could to make money, and I always had money. So it was easy, I thought. And so at 17, my father saying, I wasn't hanging out with the best crowd, and I started getting into trouble, and he knew I needed some direction. And we were at a family barbecue one day, and he said, "You see that guy over there? I said, yeah, who is he? He goes, that guy's a CPA. Really? That's great, Dad. What the hell is a CPA? And he said, well, CPAs run companies. CPAs are presidents of companies. Not only that, other business owners go to them for advice. So they tell other people how to run businesses. It was never a question from that day on. It was July 1977. I was 17. I never thought twice about becoming a CPA. Not because I wanted to be an accountant. I didn't know that I was going to become an accountant. You know, CPA means Certified Public Accountant. He left that part out. So my mind was set on becoming a CPA to learn as much as I can. The idea was to be a business mogul and learn about business by becoming a CPA. And that's what I set out to do. While all my friends in college were changing their majors and going back and forth, I don't know what I want to do. It's like, it was never a problem for me. I'm being a CPA, that's it. But the semester before graduating, I decided I was going to lease an ice cream truck and run it like a business. And this was my experiment, my first real business. I'll never forget turning down the street. It was a beautiful day, late August. I was on my way to a little private beach where all the moms were sitting there with their little kids waiting for the hero ice cream man. And I said, this is what I was born for. This is easy. And in my mind, I was like, this is what business is. It's simple. I make money. I make people happy. I can't wait until next year when I have my CPA job, and now I really start learning about business. So here I am. I go to my last semester in college. I graduate, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. I went and got my first CPA job. And so now I'm on the path that I had wanted since I was a little kid. And when I was 17, when I decided to be a CPA, this was it. 6 months into my CPA career, I get a letter from New York State Tax Department, New York State Sales Tax Department. I open it up. It's got a big red sticker on it. It says tax warrant. What the heck is this? I never saw this before. My whole life flashed before my eyes. All of my dreams, all of my hopes, all of my plans were done. What was I going to do? Now I got to hire a tax attorney. Forget about the trip to see my grandparents in New Mexico. I actually called them and said I might have to cancel the trip because I got this issue going on. I don't know what it is. And it was scary. Talking about it, I still feel the anguish that I went through. And it was real. I spent 3 sleepless nights wondering, what the heck did I do? Whatever it was, how am I going to get out of it? And then I realized that I was in a CPA firm surrounded with CPAs. Maybe it would be a good idea to ask somebody, how do I handle this? So I didn't owe them any money. All they were looking for was a form. It was over. It was over as fast as it happened. I didn't have to pay a penalty, and my life was back on track. But what I realized was that business was not as easy as I had thought it was. It wasn't that simple. And it finally dawned on me why all of the small business clients that were coming in to talk to my bosses, why they had these pained looks on their faces. Business is complicated. It's not simple. And the pain that I experienced, I didn't want anyone else to experience. And that's why I talked about that Jerry Lewis telethon, because deep inside me, I want to help people. I want to give back. It wasn't all about me making a fortune. I wanted to make a fortune so that I could help people. And now I'm finding out that it's not going to be that easy. It's not like opening up a casino in my driveway. Now, if I open up a casino, I can get arrested. And I decided, I said, I'm going to spend my time learning the system and helping to guide other business owners so that they don't have to go through that pain and suffering. I have worked with thousands of small business owners over 35 years. But my last full-time job that I had, I was a tax problem resolution specialist. And I was working for a large CPA firm in Manhattan. And a lot of their clients were getting audited, had all kinds of tax problems, owed the government a lot of money. So I had to deal with the IRS, with the New York State Tax Department, the New York State Sales Tax Department, the New York City Department of Finance on a one-on-one basis. I butted heads with revenue agents all the time. That was my job. I was there to protect my clients. And what happened was I got a real education on how the system works. I left the firm, took a couple of big clients with me, and that was the start of my first CPA office. So that was 1994 when I started my practice. And I went into the practice as a tax problem resolution specialist, and that's what I did. But I never gave up my entrepreneurial stripes. See, if you're an entrepreneur and you know what I'm talking about, whatever you're doing usually isn't enough. So yeah, and I remember sitting in my office saying, yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted my own business. I got my own I'm a CPA. I got clients coming to me. I'm doing what my dad told me would happen, that people are coming to me to ask them not only how to do their taxes, but how do they run their business. And I said, I've arrived. This is it. And then 3 minutes later, I realized that this wasn't going to be enough. It just wasn't going to be. It's never enough. And it wasn't even a matter of the money. Okay, because I was making good money. I was raising my family. I got the house, the picket fence. Actually, it was a chain link fence. But we had the puppy dog, the kids, and that was supposed to be it. And I realized, I said, my office isn't big enough. I should have more people working for me. I need to start marketing and going out there. I started doing all of these entrepreneurial things. When all the other accountants were sitting in their office during tax season, I was out there going to the library speaking. And so that kept me busy. But not busy enough, because I wasn't happy being an accountant. That's not what I signed up for. Accounting wasn't exciting enough. Yeah, I was making money, but I wanted to start a business. And I didn't look at accounting really as a business. It was more of a profession. And I did some crazy things over the years. And, you know, the only thing I regret about it, I wouldn't change anything, but some of the stuff I did had negative financial consequences, and my wife and my family had to suffer through that. I can't take that back. But what I do today is I teach new business owners what to expect. Because you see, I didn't expect that. I thought every business that I started would be successful. I never failed. I had never failed. Every business that I went into, including my ice cream truck, which people still remind me about to this day, about the best business I ever had was the ice cream truck. But my job today is to educate new business owners, to explain to them, to show them that it's not all, rainbows and puppy dogs. When you start a business, that comes with a responsibility. See, I never lost money in a business. What I did was I invested in expensive lessons. I learned a lot of things not to do. So today, what my mission has become is to work with new businesses, startup companies, people that have no experience in business or a little experience, or they might have started a business a little while ago and they experienced my ice cream truck trauma, where they realize, hey, this isn't that simple. What I learned over the years is that I am in the perfect business for me. Had I not become an accountant, I would have never gotten the kind of experience that I've got. And it wasn't just accounting experience, it was business experience. And I used that valuable information, the knowledge, my God-given talents, my problem-solving skills, my ability to organize, to show new business owners what to expect, what the potholes, the government roadblocks, and all the obstacles that they're going to encounter. Because you're going to encounter them. That's written in stone. Nobody starts a business and everything goes smoothly. Even my ice cream truck business. How simple can that get? I'm selling ice cream and then I got to deal with a government issue where I thought I was going to be arrested. Literally. So business is not simple. It is complicated and confusing. And in today's world, with information overload, you can't just go on YouTube and learn how to incorporate yourself. You can, but you're going to mess it up. So what I teach today is find your purpose, find your mission. I don't care if you love chasing butterflies in the desert, you can monetize it. And that's what my business has become. I do taxes, bookkeeping, payroll, and all of that stuff. But that's not my business. My business is helping other businesses get on track and stay on track. Just like my father promised me. When he said, other business owners go to CPAs to seek advice. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. My name is Joe DiChiara. I am the owner of BedrockBusinessBuilders.com and BedrockUniversity.com, which is a platform for new and existing business owners to go in there and educate yourself. Low cost, easy to learn solutions. So again, if you want to reach out to me, you can go to timewithjoe.com. I'm happy to talk to anybody about their business. Thank you. Joe DiChiara, over and out. God bless you. Thank you.